my Scots Wales, and what I intend to do this year is film the various aspects of pigeon shooting. We're going to start off with roost shooting, then we'll mix in a little bit of winter rape, then hopefully the spring drillings will start, which will be wheat, barley and beans. Then we should get a chance at some cover crop sowing. Moving on to the silage for a bit of crow protection, pest control there for the farmers. Then harvest will be after that, so it will be a busy time with the rape stubbles, barley stubbles, wheat stubbles, and that should take right up till around September time when we'll get the beans harvested. Not a case of showing a granny how to suck eggs, but I use a little bit of gear. The gear that I use I've mostly thought of myself. If not, I've took somebody else's idea and made it to suit myself. So there might be a few hints there that might be of help to you. So right, let's get on and want to show you a bit of my gear. Lots of farmers, if you really want to piss a farmer off, is drive your car across his crops and he'll love you for it. This thing here doesn't leave any permanent marks at all, and it just shows a little bit of consideration. When you're trying to get pigeon shooting, then what you've got to think about is what the farmer thinks of you. And if he sees tracks across the field, he's not going to be pleased the next time you go back. So what I've got here is I've got a converted golf trolley, pick them up, 10 quid. There's always somebody who's wants to sell these because they've got electric ones or they've given the sport up. I've fixed a harness to it so you can actually pull it using your shoulders as against your wrist. And on here I've got all the equipment I need. I've got a net, I've got decoys, cartridges, all the gear. I've even got a rotor, spinner if you like. I've even got a lofting pole kit up here. You cannot see it, but I'll show you that some other time. But anyway, let's get this unpacked. Bungee ropes first, cartridge bag. I haven't got the gun with us because, as I say, this is just a demonstration. That's me decoys. I've changed to flock shells for weight purposes and space. Big bag full of full body decoys. They're just more to carry, and once you get yourself 2 or 3 dead birds, half a dozen dead bounce down, well, I bring them in anyway and use the dead ones. There. That's me spinner, which I'm not going to insult your intelligence by putting that up. If you're talking about equipment, this is the most important bit of equipment that I have. My chair. Years ago when I was a lot younger, I would sit on a bucket, I would kneel in a hedge, I would even lie down in a hedge, but I'm afraid all them days is behind me. If you're going to shoot pigeons for hours, you need something you can sit in for hours, and this is what I have here. I've adapted it to suit my own purposes. They're only 20-30 quid to buy, but I've adapted this to suit my purposes. I've increased the height, so therefore it's easier for me to get up and down out of it. I've increased the height of the back, so I get support across my back and not under my back. I've added saddlebags to it, so in there is all my gear that I need, all the equipment that I need, water for the dogs, refreshments, all the equipment that I should ever need, a few bags of tools just in case something goes wrong. It even has a cartridge picker upper in its own holster. This side, it has a table. You know yourself, when you get a cup of tea out, the first thing that happens as soon as you get your cup of tea out is a bird comes. You're looking somewhere to put your cup of tea, and of course, time you mess on, you've either A, missed the bird, or she's drunk the tea. It's the same with the sandwiches, so they're on there and they're out the way. It also has a saddle bag attached to it, in which I keep me priest. I also have me counter, because I count the birds I shoot now. I don't really like the memory, I count them. Bag of sweets, which is very important, and some other equipment, hand jails and so forth. But if you sit like this, you can sit for hours. It's very comfortable, very easy. I've also fixed a gun rest on there, across here. I'm a left-hander, so my gun faces that way. I've got the luxury of, because I shoot 99% of the time on my own, I can afford to put my gun that way. She sits here, so she's safe. Got plenty of room, and it's nice and comfortable. So this, the chair, is a very, very important part of my equipment. Alright, we'll just take the chair here, find a nice flat to the ground for it. There we are. Normally I'd be looking for a darker background to this, or I have a back sheet which I can put on, which also clouds out the light behind there. But this is just a demonstration to see how it works. Next I shall show you the hide. This is the hide I use. Simple, straightforward. Some people pay £40 upwards for 4 hide poles. I bought these off the market. Clothes props, exactly the same thing. Got 5 for £6. Just fixed a kicker on there, a bit of doweling up there, fixed a kicker on there, cut the bit of plastic out there, and there's your hide pole. I got some small cable ties. I fixed the bottom half of the net permanently. Then I have some running loops at the top for my adjustment and size. It only takes 2 minutes. It's very versatile. Once you get it into place, it's very stable as well. You're not worried about wind blowing it all over. You're not worried about the wind collapsing your hide on you. There you are. How long did that take? What I've done is I've put some ties in here. The reason being is that if they're not coming as high, you can lift this back, but they all move easy out like that. If they are coming high, you can just take that off, and that veil falls over your face when you're sitting in here. It still allows you to come up and shoot in a way. We have a 300 degrees angle to shoot, and just sit back and it gives you full cover again. You can see out the sides, above you, Some people get concerned about the width that your hide sticks out, thinking that it can be seen from a distance. The whole idea is that for it to look like a bush. Now unless the pigeons know every square foot of it, it's just another bush to them. And besides, where I shoot, and most of my shooting in Durham, we have sheep fences here. So we haven't got big hedgerows that you see in some videos that I've seen, where people can actually cut into the hedge and have a hide with just a screen in front of them. We haven't got that luxury. What we've got to contend with is sheep fencing, so in the main you're sitting in the field anyway, so you've just got to adapt. But it hasn't worried me in the past. I've still managed to be successful shooting pigeons with being out. So if you're going to be out in the field a little bit, you might as well make it comfortable. Right, that's the gear put away. 5-minute job. Job's finished. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first bit of demonstration. I'd like to think that the next time you see us, I'll have a gun in my hand and we'll be shooting a few pigeons. Thanks very much. Go fetch it. Straight in. Straight in. Straight in. This is the annual pilgrimage to the February roost shoot. We never shoot very many, but it's nice to get back on the pigeons. I think the records show that I shot about 8 birds in the time that we're there. But we were witness to a very, very spectacular sunset, so that made it all worthwhile. See you soon.
Yeah. What a miss. What a mistake to make. Bloody crows. Took 2, shouldn't have took 2. I would have hit him with the first shot, but he hadn't dropped. Jackdaw. Nah, just a rangy. Oh. What a good shot that is. That's better. 50 yarder. After this one. No pigeons come. 2, which I got. Just crows, which in the main I missed. No good at crows. No good.
The plan was for us to spend an afternoon shooting pigeons on some freshly drilled spring barley. Unfortunately, the pigeons didn't know the plan, and the only thing that turned up was crows. I'm not a great fan of crow shooting, probably because I'm not a good shot with them. I didn't take any decoys, but as I was there, I thought I'd shoot a few for a bit pest control for the farmer. Records show that we ended up with 28. I've no idea how many cartridges I fired because I was just using a bag of bits and pieces that I had left lying over. But we enjoyed it. See you again next time.
And with that, we'll pull the plug.
It's still going. For you to go. I know you've marked them, but I don't want to jump no sheep fence. have to go over now. I knew you'd work it sooner or later. Good girl, straight in. Hold it. Dead. Good girl. Barley. We've decided to pack in because we're going to get back early. We're away for a few days. So we've packed in early. It's a nice little field and a nice little place, and we're coming quite canny, but we've dropped off now, and we've picked up just short of 60 for the day, so it doesn't mean a bad effort, especially for the first time on the drillings this season, so I'm sure we'll get better.
Where it's landed in. I didn't see them at all. Definitely sneaked under the radar, that one. Sneaked up on us, Berry. Ninja pigeon.
This is the field I was in earlier this year when I was shooting the spring drilled barley. It's a good field, there's always a good head of birds here. The records show that I shot 42 for the day. There isn't any pickups because I never retrieve inlaid barley. It does more damage than you do good. It keeps you on the right side of the farmers. Good dog. Dead. the birds actually weren't feeding in this field. It's surrounded by rape swathed, and they were actually feeding in there. But fortunately for me, the farmers came to harvest them simultaneously. So I took the opportunity of setting up in this field in the middle of them and attempted to bend a few my way. It was a nice quiet afternoon, but we enjoyed it. See you again. Good lass. Shot. One cartridge. Missed the Murphy bird. Crap about. What a good shot, Colin. That's him. Yes, I thought I had him. Wasting cartridges there. Leave it, you can't get to them in. Come on. Fetch it in. 3 again, 2 wasted cartridges. Go fetch it. Go fetch it. I thought I pricked that one. Dead. I pricked that one. This looks a little concerning. Let's get that shot. Got the second one. Go for it. Oh, I might not that way yet, fuck it. Most easy one. As you can see, me and Barry have had a good day today. We've got 3 backfulls plus a pile. I've got no intentions of setting them out to look nice. I've got these to carry up because I've got no access with the vehicle, so that's going to be a hell of a job after a long day. But we thoroughly enjoyed it. It's only me on the phone, so and she won't take a picture of me. So hope to see you next time. Personal best 159. Barry and I have had a very good day on this field of stubble turnips. It's a new field to me. I've never shot here before, but the flight lines were quite clear because of the number of birds that were in the area. We ended up picking 159 birds for around about 300 cartridges approximately. We used what I've christened as the tram lines pattern, which consists of your spinner being off, in my case, to the right with this wind, I then had two lines virtually in line stretching from the spinner right past me to about 30 yards. The birds then tended to come in between the two lines, and I in fact shot most of the birds today in say a 30 square yard patch, which works ideal. This pattern is well worth giving a try. It's an alternative from the old half moon shape, and it definitely works if you've got a nice crossing wind. We're on a half finished field at the end of August. Rain stopped him finishing off his harvesting, so we got onto there and made a round bale hide. Unfortunately, this farmer doesn't like retrieving from the swaths, so we could only retrieve what fell in between the swaths. But we had a good day. We ended up with 140 for about 9 boxes of cartridges, 9.5, somewhere like that. So we thoroughly enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I didn't have any cameras with us, and I just took this with my phone. See you again. This tramline method, I placed the spinner about 40 yards upwind from me and about 40 yards out. I put 2 decoys in front of the spinner upwind, and then streamed 2 lines either side of the spinner about 5 yards apart and 5 yards wide. I keep them directly in line. For some reason this works far better. The birds tend to follow up the lines, and you can kill them in a good area in front of your hide. I never use more than 15 or 18 dead birds or decoys, and once I've got that many, I never add to them.
Yeah, it should blow through. Now it's time will be basket in sunshine. Go fetch it.
Managed to get a day on the pigeons this late in the year. Very unexpected, but welcome nevertheless. Rainy old day it was, and we didn't bother stopping Berry and I to get any photographs taken at the end. We were a bit wet and tired. See you again. Hello once again. Well, it's the end of the pigeon season. We're getting ready for the game season to start. And we've had an up and down season. We've had, like most seasons, good days, bad days, things going right, things going wrong. But we've learnt a few things. One of the things I did learn is that it's extremely difficult to try and film when you're on your own. You can only place the cameras where you think that the birds are A, going to drop, or B, at what point in the sky you're going to shoot them at. It seems a lot easier than what it is. Nevertheless, we had a good season and Barry and I have enjoyed it. We ended up, the record show is that we shot 721 birds for 18 outings. I used up 1,725 cartridges, so we still had an enjoyable season. The only thing is that she's quite useless with a camera, so if the camera work is rubbish, you can blame the dog and not me. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.